Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Chris. And if you don't know me, that's actually perfect, because I'm going to go ahead and go over what my story is and how it relates to real estate. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm currently in Ryan Pineda's rookie coaching program. I started going through the course, and one of the things mentioned was to know what your story is and how it relates to real estate. It all started back when I was a little kid. I want to say 10 years old, right? So my dad, he had a good amount of rentals. So naturally, my mom and we went ahead and helped them out. Whenever tenants moved, we went ahead and cleaned the place up. We redecorated, reinstalled different things. I helped them move refrigerators, ovens upstairs. I always hated that because they were heavy and I was weak. I never liked it as a kid. We also did stuff regarding tiles, flooring, sheetrock, wood. And the thing is, I never really liked it. I really should have appreciated it more. My dad always did mention, hey, listen, you might need to know this one day. It's always good to, be handy around the house, know these things, and know how to do your plumbing, know how to fix little things here and there so you don't have to hire somebody for like an arm and a leg. And I really wish I paid more attention when I was a little kid, because those things definitely would have come in handy. Now my dad, he still does these things on his own, so he's still very handy, but I wish I did accumulate those skills when I was a little kid. Even though they were right in front of me, I never learned any of it because, quite frankly, as a little kid, all I wanted to do was go outside, play with some friends, play video games, just not work. That was the lazy mindset then. Fast forward years later, I kind of forget stuff about real estate. We're still doing this on and off, but I'm trying to be more focused on what I'm trying to do. So starting from middle school, I went ahead and sold chocolate, sold candy to make a few bucks, even sold cookies. That was pretty fun. I love those cookies, man. I just asked my mom to bring some cookies from work. She got them for free, and then I just resold them for full profit. That was awesome. After getting more up in middle school, I began to sell different things besides candy. It was pen shooters, the G2 pens, if you guys are familiar with that, and also blow darts. Now this could have been kind of dangerous. Thankfully, I was never caught. I was more of the quiet kid, so nobody would have really suspected, oh, he's selling this stuff. Now, going into high school, I stopped those antics. I still sell stuff. It was mostly candy, chocolate, and I hid this because I was in clubs. So naturally, when you're in clubs, you have to sell these candies, sell these chocolates to make some money for some trips or just for some donations or something. So I made enough money selling those things, gave them the money that I had to give, and then just kept selling throughout the year, and the rest was just my profit. That was pretty fun. It was really easy. All I had to do was carry a box around, and then people just wanted candy, wanted chocolate. I mean, everybody loves chocolate, right? So I did that for a few years during high school. Fast forward to senior year. I wanted to do something different. So I began looking online, and that's when I saw, the typical stuff everybody goes through: affiliate marketing, drop shipping, ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, all those different types of things. And I was wondering, what could I do? So naturally, I went towards Google ads and print on demand. That was probably the easiest thing to do. I go ahead, set up a store, Teespring, try to do some Facebook ads. After looking back to it, they were awful ads. I didn't spend a lot of money, maybe, $100, which at the time was a lot, but right now it's not much. So spent that money, didn't make any sales, anything. Kind of gave up on it, tried to do something else. I decided, hey, look, penny stocks. Yeah, let me try that. So I made a couple $100 off it, not much, but once again, I just stopped and decided to do something else. By this time, I was probably in college. By this time I was in college, and I wanted to try different things. And I was already researching other stuff I wanted to try, and Shopify came to mind. I was researching that a lot during that time, during high school, and then so during college, I'm like, hey, let me try this. So Shopify was one of those things that I always wanted to do. I never really got right. I created a few stores, got nowhere. Created more stores, got nowhere. I created a bunch of stores. In the end, because I created so many and then used Facebook ads a lot, I actually got banned from Facebook ads. So that was kind of my downfall of why I stopped doing that. And then I decided, hey, let me try to do other things. In that case, I try selling cell phones. There's this guy on YouTube, he was selling cell phones. I'm like, hey, this is pretty interesting. Let me try to do this too. So for a few months, posted some ads on Craigslist, OfferUp, Letgo, got a few hits, bought some phones. I'm pretty sure I bought some stolen phones too, to be honest. I did go into sketchy places too. I'm so glad I was safe. But I had the contracts written up. I had my little briefcase, my different SIM tray, SIM cards to go ahead and check to see if they're blacklisted or anything like that. And yeah, just did that for a few months, and then I never resold them in person. I always just resold it in eBay. Always had perfect ratings on there, and that's basically it there. I did do a bunch more stuff in eBay now that I think about it. At first I started selling random stuff, and then it went on to sell more niche things. I tried to do more electronics, didn't go too good, and then I randomly did good with board games. So I'm like, oh yeah, let me just buy a bunch of board games because they were pretty cheap. Wherever I went to thrift stores or the church places, it was pretty cheap there. I also tried to do some mugs, did a good amount of mugs randomly. But yeah, that's the eBay part. Also researched into Amazon, didn't get anywhere with that. And let's see, afterwards, graduating high school, I tried to decide to do other stuff, like YouTube. Graduate high school, tried to do YouTube channel crafts, posted a lot of videos, but didn't go anywhere with that until a year later, which I'm still making money up until this day, so I'm pretty proud about that. Even though it's not a lot of money, it's something. But even before that, I forgot to mention, I did do a bunch of YouTube. From when I was a little kid, I did unboxings, some gameplays, some tech reviews. At one point, I even tried to do business stuff, even recording some of my eBay hauls, but didn't get anywhere, any success until I did end up doing the DIY craft channel. And then this is my most recent channel I'm doing, so this is probably the most consistent one I'm at, so I'm very happy about that, very proud about that, but definitely want to be more consistent too. And after that, I also did try print on demand again. This time I did a lot better. I actually made a okay amount of sales, probably made a couple $100 out of it. But yeah, I showed a lot more than I thought I would, from how stuff relates to real estate to the sort of little businesses that I created throughout the years. And my next endeavor is going to be a lot bigger, which is why I'm doing real estate. Not only do I want to get some rentals, but I also want to start flipping. And I know that it's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of work, but I mean, what isn't work at that point? I'm just glad that I know this is going to work out. I know it's going to take some time, but once I get something going, once I see how it is, how it works, I know I'm going to stick through it, and it's going to be an awesome future. I know that. My mom always joked around. She's like, oh, when you grow up, you're going to get me a house, right? We're going to have our own thing. And I know she always joked about that stuff, but that is, one thing I definitely do want to do for her is get her a house. I thought that'd be so awesome, so cool. My parents came with nothing over here, just like a bunch of immigrant parents, right? And they were able to create a life for themselves, create a better situation for their kids, instead of how they grew up. We grew up a lot healthier, a lot more wealthy than they grew up, and I'm really thankful for that they worked hard on that, and I definitely want to give back too. And I know the biggest way to give back isn't necessarily just a regular job, but having my own business where I can create my own hours, where I can create systems in place so I can spend more time with them. Because that's the other thing I realized after graduating college is, as much as, I wanted to be away from home at the point, even to this point right now, I don't want to go back home, but, I still want to visit them, still want to have time. I definitely value my alone time, which is another reason why I don't want to go back and live there. But I definitely do want to visit more often and do more trips and all that. And we're actually doing a trip this April. Now, usually I don't take vacation time for any of these things, just because I'm like, oh, it's spring, it's summer, business is good, but that's not what I'm trying to think this time. I'm trying to, enjoy the moments more with my parents while I still have them. And I know going into real estate, it's going to be a lot of time, a lot of work, but I know in the end, it's going to pay off, huge dividends. I'm going to have a lot more time with them, be able to spend more time with them, accumulate more wealth, and, actually be able to give back to them. My mom, my dad, my little brother, all that. But yeah, that's my story. That's my reasons why. I definitely want to say that I'm thankful. I'm 100% thankful, 100% grateful for how I grew up. I know when I was little, I never really appreciated that stuff, but, growing up, you realize, hey, I'm glad it happened how it happened. I'm glad I had clothes. I'm glad I had food. I'm glad I had loving parents. Glad I had all of that, and I'm grateful for it. And I know I need to appreciate it more and definitely show more gratitude. But thanks, guys, for listening to my story. I know it's nothing too big. There might be some parts you relate to it. There might be some parts that you don't. But I just wanted to share my story, my reasons why. Hopefully it can also, give you some motivation to start doing something you've always wanted to do, whether create your business, go back to school, do something of that nature. But the biggest takeaway is definitely, be grateful for what you have, those that take care of you, and make sure to give back and take care of those that helped you, be where you're at, that motivated you, and that kept positive. So yeah, have a great day, have a good night, and talk to you guys later. Bye.